live from the UPOU radio station, together with your host, Ms. Franilyn and Sendiong-Dacono. You are tuning in to Go Girl, Go Women Power radio show.
Good morning, Philippines, Singapore, and world. Welcome to Go Girl, Go Women Power radio show. This is a radio magazine program that talks about one of the Millennium Development Goals, which is gender equality and women empowerment. So why talk about gender equality and women empowerment? Because this is timely, universal, and this is one of the issues that men and women should not avoid. What you should expect in this radio program is not only about kikay stuff of women, health and beauty, lifestyle, and the latest updates, but you will also have information and practical tips about parenting, about life, and about women in general. So for today, we have invited a special guest. She is not a prominent actress, she is not an athlete, or she is not a politician. She is an incredible OFW. She is an overseas Filipina worker based here in Singapore. And she is an architectural engineer, a technical designer in one of the most male-dominated industry in building and construction. She has worked in Horseboard Private Limited, in Hyundai Engineering, and now she is currently with SCK Construction here in Singapore, a very active person in her charity works at church. Help me welcome architect Cynthia Crescencio, a woman of substance and an inspiration to many. Hi, Cyn! Woo! Hi, Cyn, and welcome to the show, Go Girl, Go Women Power. Kamusta?
Okay lang.
So, Cyn, who is Cynthia Crescencio? Can you tell me and describe a little bit about yourself?
A little bit about myself. I'm from Davao City.
Go Bisaya!
Yeah, go Davao
Mga Bisaya! Okay.
And then, I've been here in Singapore for 9 years. And I work here in different construction industry.
Wow, that's 9 years is not that easy abroad. So, Cyn, before I ask you about your job, way back in college, before you took the course architecture, what made you decide, bakit ito yung course na pinili mo?
Actually, I don't have any idea kung yung architecture is challenging siya na profession. Hindi nga ako na-search kung ano yung architecture. All I know is I know how to draw. I love drawing, especially yung mga cartoons.
So passion mo yung
passion
and drawing.
And I only have background in architecture because they say that it's about art.
Mm-hmm.
So since I love to draw, and kaya kinuha ko yung architecture. And also naging influence din sa akin yung mga classmates ko na when I went to school, nandun na sila sa architecture. And then, yung architecture din kasi, when you fall in line, parang sila lang yung konti yung pumila. Kasi nga, siguro they know na mahirap yung architecture.
Oh, Cyn, now, you're here in Singapore for 9 years, that's quite long. Can you tell us, like, how many men and women in your company? Marami ba kayong babae sa linya mo?
In my current employer, actually marami kami na girls ngayon. But kasi sa amin kasi ngayon is, ang ginagawa is per project, per team. So sa team namin, sa project is ako lang isang babae. So ako lahat gumagawa ng related on architectural, like technical drawings, and to explain to them, especially sa site manager namin na ito yung kailangan na needed dun sa pagko-construct. So, ako lang isang babae na gumagawa.
Wow, mag-isa ka lang na babae. Talagang, it's a very difficult kind of industry. Mag-iisang babae, pag ako niya, parang feeling ko mahihirapan ako. So, Cyn, yung typical day mo, paano ba yun? Anong nangyayari in a typical day?
Sa surrounding, sobrang maingay.
Maingay?
Sobrang
field work, gano'n.
Maingay siya kasi...
Mainit ba?
Hindi naman kasi nasa loob ng... kasi meron kami... Normally yung office namin is a container van. So doon lang kami nag-work, yung office namin. And then sa labas nun, doon yung mga nagbabakbakan, yung mga...
Yung talagang construction.
And maingay, maraming nagsisigawan, mga dito, especially sa Singapore, yung mga Singaporean, di ba? Sobra silang maninigaw. So, nasigawan na rin ako.
So, normally, ano ba yung like, may perks ba ang pagiging babae in a male-dominated type of industry sa work mo?
Advantage niya is mas makakakuha ka ng respeto from them. Kasi parang nirespeto na lang kasi babae.
Importante na safe ka,
Oo,
they
ganun.
respect you, talagang dapat sensitive sila sa babae. Okay, that's good. That's a very good thing. Kasi on the negative side naman, have you ever experienced that you felt intimidated or discriminated by men, knowing that your industry is halos lahat lalaki? And how did you manage this kind of situation?
So far, wala na pa naman akong na-encounter sa ngayon. Pero, I noticed nung my previous company, I noticed lang na they just only give me parang simple tasks.
Wala yung trust.
Wala yung trust.
Hindi ganun kami yung
Hindi ganun,
trust.
So, simple-simple lang binibigay nila sa akin. And napakasimple na kaya-kaya ko lang, na kahit nakapikit ako.
Kaya ka. So in a way, parang you felt na they look down on women kasi babae ka, wala ka
Kasi
sila.
kasi parang nasa junior pa ako ng time na yun. So, wala yung trust nila.
Wala pa yung So it really takes a longer time for women in this kind of industry na to build the trust. What are the misconceptions or other gender inequality comments that you've heard? And how did you handle this kind of words whenever you hear them?
I don't care kung ano yung sinasabi nila. As long as ginagawa ko yung part ko, ginagawa ko yung trabaho ko, hindi ako apektado sa mga sinasabi.
So by saying this, you felt na tingin nila kapag babae dapat mahina, lalaki very strong. Ano naman yung like, may sinabi ba sila against you bilang isang babae?
Madalas kasi pag sinasabi pag babae yung architect, madalas sinasabi na maarte dahil kapag sa construction. Minsan yung mga contractor, ayaw nila sa babae ng architect kasi masyado pang metikuloso, masyadong maarte sa mga
Paulit-ulit, gano'n.
Iba-iba daw yung design, gano'n. Pero sa akin naman, kasi yung client namin kasi, kaya sila kumuha ng architect kasi para to give them magandang outcome doon sa ginawa mong design. So, bigyan natin yung client ng magandang
Justice talaga.
justice. So, yun naman yung sa akin lang.
Okay, actually that's a very good thing to know. Kasi minsan nga, sini-stereotype nila yung mga babae na maarte, metikulosa, gano'n. When in fact, marami naman ding lalaking gano'n, di ba? And on the positive side, yung pagiging metikuloso mo or metikulosa is pagiging very attention to details, which in work, very important yan na quality, di ba? So thank you for that. So see, we know that gender equality is an issue relevant to all societies, including men and women. So what do you think is the importance of gender equality?
Dapat talaga merong gender equality for men and women. Kasi parang magkakaroon ng good business sense and better communication and ma-reduce yung salary cut.
I think that's very true. Kasi syempre, by reducing the salary gap and by having gender equality, nagkakaroon ng increase sa productivity at the same time, you abolish the sense of discrimination with women and men. Kasi nga, syempre, kung kaya ng mga lalaki, kaya rin ng mga babae. Go girls! So guys, now we have a caller on the line. Hello? Yes? What is your question? Okay, thank you for that question. Okay, our caller said, Sid, this is the question for you. How do you define an empowered woman?
Independent, self-sufficient, strong, but generous.
Okay, that's a very good answer. Kasi syempre naman, being empowered woman, independence is very important. We have seen this generation, wala na tayong Maria Clara, di ba? So, we see that women now are confident, self-sufficient, resilient. So they live on their own, they provide by their means, and they are more liberated in a positive way. Okay, thank you for that answer. Okay, so we have our second caller now. Hello? Yes, what is your question? Okay, thank you so much for that. Okay, see, our caller asked this question. Do you think that men and women are equal? Yes. In what sense that men and women becomes equal?
Parang naman yung lalaki o babae, parang naman merong ability to do. And and nag-fall naman tayo in the same category. We are human. So parang
Tama nga naman. Both men and women are equally created by God, di ba? Sabi nga nila. We have our own thinking capability. So, we know, we feel, we respond, we know how to decide on our own. So, that makes us equal. Tama nga naman. Okay, so, I have a very sensitive question now. When you hear those stories and news about rape cases in India or in Philippines, in our own country, how do you feel whenever you hear these kind of stories?
ang malungkot. And also makikil mo na magalit ka kasi parang you're not respecting yung mga babae. And then parang wala naman silang family or kapatid ng babae. So parang nakakalungkot na yung see them na
Okay. I feel the same with you. Nakakalungkot at nakakasakit ng damdamin whenever we hear these kind of stories. So same, if you will be given a chance to say something to these perpetrators, for these mga suspect na to na walang puso, ano yung gusto mong sabihin sa kanila?
Don't ever step down with women. And violence with women should parang merong lifetime imprisonment. Parang batas for
Protecting women. Correct na. O nga kasi in Davao City, we even have our women's code that protects women and children. So those that are being under violence and rape, abuse, even verbal abuse. So city government in Davao and other cities in the Philippines, they really ensure that women and children are well protected and there are homes that helps them and accepts them. So, Sin, will you be able to give us some tips and advice on the strategies on how to help women become socially and economically empowered?
balance your life with your career, family, and time for God. Find job that's make you happy and put your passion to action. Invest on small business and grow it big.
Okay, that's a very good answer. And syempre, to become more socially and economically empowered, tayong mga babae should not only rely on the income of our husband, we do our best to find jobs and mga businesses, ganon, and we try to grow it. Because at the end of the day, it's really for our families. So that's a very good answer, Sin. Thank you for sharing with us. So now, bilang isang architect, will you invite young women, men and women to follow your footsteps?
If they have passion in this kind of field,
Why not?
Yeah, if they have passion, kasi it is important na meron talagang passion. And then they should have determination. Meron silang determination and passion and determination, kung meron sila nun, and meron silang creativity, then
They will succeed.
they will succeed in architecture.
Is the way to go. Oo nga naman, I think with any other course, be it architecture, engineering, accountancy, or kung ano mang course nila na gusto nila, it is very important na sabi nga ni Cynthia na nandun yung passion mo, nandun yung love at craft mo on one thing, and at the same time, you put your determination or hard work for you to succeed in whatever field that you do. If there is one inspirational women empowerment quote that you would support, I will read some of them and you choose one. So our first quote, no one can make you feel inferior without your consent. This is from Eleanor Roosevelt. Letter B, women, like men, should try to do the impossible, and when they fail, their failure should be a challenge to others. This one is from Amelia Earhart. And letter C, I think you will love this. Women are the real architects of society by Harriet Beecher Stowe. So among the three choices, women inspirational quotes, what will you choose?
Letter C?
Letter C. Okay, letter C, guys, is women are the real architects of society. Bakit ito yung napili mo?
Because we can bring peace in our society.
Very true. And syempre nga, sabi nga nila, di ba, ang ama ang haligi ng tahanan, ang ina ang ilaw ng tahanan. So the women of today are not just the typical or stereotype women na nasa bahay lang, nagluluto. The women of today are more empowered. They work, they are the managers, they build people, they are teachers, they can do a lot of things. Okay, so last question.
Yes.
Last question na Sin. Who are your favorite actresses or politicians or TV personalities that you can consider as an empowered woman? Marami ngayon. Nandiyan si Miriam Santiago, si Inday Sara Duterte from Davao, si Kim Chu, or even your own mother, di ba? So, sino sa tingin mo yung isang personality, isang persona na you think is a very good example of being an empowered woman?
May nakita kasi akong movie na parang Iron Lady. Have you...
Ay, si ano yan? Si... Thatcher? Thatcher, di ba? Oh, correct.
So, yung pinaka-first na lady na prime minister ng United Kingdom.
Wow.
So, parang kasing siya yung pinakauna. Parang
kakaiba. And being called as an Iron Lady, ibig sabihin, talagang
something na
Iron Lady, talagang she straightened everything. Kung ano yung corruption, ano yung meron sa UK before. Okay. So speaking of an idol and in a movie, for my case naman, ang aking idol or favorite actress will be Angelina Jolie, di ba? Kasi knowing her past, she's been through ups and downs. She have remained and continued to be an inspiration to others. Naging volunteer siya and advocate for UN. She even adopted kids of different races. And at the same time, she do movies in order to inspire others. So, Sin, thank you so much for gracing our show. So, today we have learned a lot of things from you, not only the eye-opening facts about building and construction industry being dominated by a lot of men, and at the same time, we have made some realizations about pagiging babae at pagiging paniniwala natin sa gender equality and women empowerment. So today, we have inspired a lot of viewers and listeners, and we have answered phone calls at the same time. So thank you, Sin. May you accept this very small token from us. So, women around the world, we should always remember that we should step up and take the lead. Good day, everyone, and thank you for joining us. So, Sin, go girl, go girl, go women power. Thank you, bye-bye.
Go Girl, Go Women Power Radio Show.